Good afternoon. We're about to go for a small flight around the town of Queenstown in the South Island of New Zealand. I think it's this little plane up for a fly. Here we go. So we're going to head west into the setting sun. Off we go. Gear up. There's your takeoff from Queenstown Airport heading west. We head out with the lake ahead of us. This is Lake Wakatipu. This hill to our left hand side, this is Deer Park Heights. We head over the Frankton Beach area. This area just here, this is the Hilton Hotel and the Kelvin Heights Peninsula to our left. Just down there is the Queenstown Marina. And this hill here, this is Queenstown Hill. So this area we're about to fly over, this is the Queenstown Golf Course. One of the many golf courses within this area. Now the area with the trees just below us, ahead of us, this is the Queenstown Gardens. And then we approach the Queenstown waterfront. You can see just ahead of us to our right is the steamship, the TSS Earnslaw. And this is downtown Queenstown. Over to this side we have the gondolas which go up to Bob's Peak. So we're going to head down the valley here. This road below us, this is Gorge Road. This road leads you out to Arthur's Point and onwards towards Arrowtown. So a bit of an industrial area down here. So we have Ben Lomond to the left and Queenstown Hill to our right. Down here we have the bridge. Just the other side of the bridge is the base for the shot over jet boats. Jet boats carry on up this river. This is the township of Arthur's Point. And to our right there, the wingtip, that is the shot over river. And the Tuckers Beach area of the shot over river. This road that heads up the hill here to the left, we'll follow this road up. This road separates the main road and carries on up the hill here. And if you come to visit Queenstown in winter, this road is very popular, because where this road goes is up to Coronet Peak ski field. And that road going off down that way.
Lima Echo 1811, leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Oops.
Queenstown Tower, Kiwi Golf Lima Echo 1811, frequency change.
And just up ahead of us there's a road that goes off to the left. See that road disappearing through that gap? That is the world famous Skipper's Canyon Road. Don't go down that road unless you really know what you're doing, you've got a good vehicle. But if we continue up the Coronet Peak Road, we'll make our way up to the ski fields. So this is the closest ski field to Queenstown. Probably take you 15-20 minutes drive from town to get here. So very popular. So you can see some of the ski lifts, the base buildings for the ski lodges, pub buildings. During the summer there's a Green Gates chairlift. Main building. And the Western Lifts and Heidi's Hut, which is just in front of us. So we'll carry on down the valley, leaving Coronet Peak ski field behind us. So from up at Coronet Peak, we've got a fantastic view down the valley. So we're coming back into a more populated area. This area is Arrowtown. The Arrowtown was the first township settled in this area. And there's one good reason this area was settled before anywhere else. Because the original farmers that came to this area discovered gold in the river here. And of course that gold brought people to live here. So thousands of people from around the world travelled to this area to hunt for gold. The main township of Arrowtown has been kept pretty much the same as it was during the gold rush. Lots of the buildings are from the late 1800s. So just below the nose of the aircraft now is actually the main street of Arrowtown. And the Arrow River that winds up into the thing. So you can go gold panning along the Arrow River. Plenty of hiking trails around here as well. I'll just turn back here and drop down a bit lower. The other thing the Arrowtown is very well known for is its golf courses. And in March every year, New Zealand holds the PGA Championship New Zealand Open here in Arrowtown. So you can see some of our golf course holes here. And we'll fly down over what is called Millbrook. This is where the New Zealand Championship is held. Millbrook has actually got two full 18-hole golf courses. There's these buildings and golf courses ahead of us here. Millbrook is open to the public. You can stay here. And for people who've got a little bit of money, you can live in one of these houses. These houses that have people living in them, they can live on the golf course. Very popular if you want to have a round of golf before work. This area just down here, this is Auburn. It's a winery, entertainment, restaurant district. I mean, very, very popular. That's its main entrance off the main road. And this just ahead of us is Lake Hayes. Lake Hayes has a walking track right around it. It's about 8 kilometres long. It's a nice good long walk. Beautiful scenery. So down here is a river. This is the Kawerau River. Kawerau River comes out of Lake Wakatipu and carries on east towards Cromwell through the Kawerau Gorge. So there's the remarkable mountains to our right. Obviously not the only people flying around Queenstown at the moment. So the other plane that came past us, this is another multiplayer. Somebody else who's online. So just down here below us is a bridge, two bridges actually. But one of these bridges is more important than the other in history. Back in 1988, two guys came to Queenstown to start a new business. And they got permission to use this bridge to start their new business. So this is the Kawerau Bridge. The guy who started the business, his name is A.J. Hackett. Most people would know A.J. Hackett's name because of the bungee business. So A.J. started his business of bungee jumping at this bridge back in 1988. So that is the world's oldest commercial bungee jump location. The other thing this area is famous for is wineries. This is the Gibson Valley. So there are several wineries right throughout this valley. The soil in this valley apparently is very good for growing wine, growing grapes. So there are lots of wineries right throughout the valley here. We'll see if anyone's bungee jumping today. You might see the bungee cables hanging down below the bridge. Can't quite make them out. So there's the bungee platform with the small roof. And this bridge here, this is the road bridge. This is the modern bridge that people drive across. This location we're flying over now, if anyone's a Lord of the Rings fan, this is a Lord of the Rings filming location. This is where you see the Fellowship paddling the canoes towards the statues down this river. One of the many Lord of the Rings movie locations around Queenstown. So you notice a group of houses down here. The houses on this side, this is the Lake Hayes estate. And just on the other side of it there ahead of us is the Shotover Country estate. Quite popular places for people to live. So just down here, there's actually where the two rivers meet. So coming from this direction is the Shotover River. Coming from Lake Wakatipu down this way is the Kawerau River. The Shotover, flows into the Kawerau River here. And we're back to Queenstown Airport. So we've done a bit of a loop. You'll notice this zigzaggy road just off to our left here. This actually leads up to the valley up there. It's actually where the Remarkable Ski Field is. So this is the Remarkable Ski Field road heading up to our left. And where the bridge is, just ahead of the nose there, that is where the Kawerau River leaves Lake Wakatipu. So that's the Kawerau Bridge. Leads onto the road, heads out this way, heading south. So just ahead of us and below us is Deer Park Heights. This hill sits on the Kelwyn Heights Peninsula. You see this hill in Lord of the Rings, and you see it in movies like Wolverine, Pete's Dragon, lots of different movies. The Rescue, the Walt Disney movie, also filmed up here. In the second Lord of the Rings movie, you see them having big battle scenes up here. It's where Aragorn falls off the cliff and they are attacked by the wargs. So the housing area just ahead of us, on this side of it, you have Henley's Farm. On the far side of it, you have Jack's Point. Very nice, quite flash subdivision. Tucked in beside the Remarkables Mountains and Lake Wakatipu. If you continue south down here, it'll take you all the way to Kingston. So people going to Invercargill, Tiana or Milford Sound would travel south down this direction. About 40 kilometres that way is Kingston, which is the bottom of Lake Wakatipu. Lake Wakatipu is New Zealand's longest lake, about 82 kilometres long. So Kingston is the southern end of the lake. If you went this way for another 40 kilometres, you'd get to Glenorchy, which is the top of the lake. This mountain here, Cecil Peak, is on the corner of the lake. Lake Wakatipu is actually shaped like a lightning bolt. So it comes up here from Kingston, gets to Cecil Peak, then turns this direction. Further down there, it turns back this direction, so a lightning bolt shape, zigzag.